Good morning. Happy Friday. It's July the 3rd. First of all, I'd like to say I hope everybody this weekend has a happy and safe 4th. If you are going to any parties or anything, you know, social distance, masks, all that. I know it takes some of the fun away, but these are the times we're in. Today, we were going to go to Vermont. The weather was looking kind of sketchy, so we are local. We're in the local vigilance area. We're going to be retrieving some trail cams and looking for sign as always, and we'll see what else we find. That's the plan, and again, everybody have a happy 4th. we are en route to find my trail cams. Hopefully we got some good things caught on video during the course of the week. If only maybe some colorful summer lightning storms, but you never know. We'll see how we do. Trail cams are always kind of luck of the draw, so we'll get in, collect SD cards, and maybe relocate them if they come up empty. But let's see what we get. In the meantime, we're also going to be looking at the ground as we go through, looking for fresh tracks, moose tracks, God forbid the odd squatch track, although this area has been fairly quiet this year. Again, weather was more the thing that made me change my mind. I was going to hit Vermont today, but opted I'm going to do that next week. I don't like to head in there on the 4th. Just you have to deal with a couple of things. The troopers on the way up are very eager to give out tickets for the slightest thing, and you don't know if you're going to have drunks with fireworks out there. It's just better to go next week. I also didn't really have much of a chance to get a game plan going. The bugs have found me already. Normally I'll go up there and I'll hit a certain area based on past luck and the like, but this time around didn't really have a chance to formulate that much. Game trail right there. Something big came through there, probably the moose. Yeah, let's take a closer look for those that don't see what I'm talking about. Like a big division right through those ferns right there. Came through here, down through here. So, given that the moose was in the neighborhood, that gives me some hope that he maybe graced my cameras with his presence. That would be cool. And if there's anything good on the cameras, that'll be part of the video, obviously. But again, luck of the draw. In the Bigfoot community this week, I seem to have taken to the trend of discussing some of the nonsense online. There seems to be a thing going on within the BFRO where, well, outside and inside the BFRO, there are folks out there, I guess, that don't like the BFRO, and there are. They are selling hats that say BFR no, and the local affiliate of said organization posted a message on their site. Our feet are about to get wet thanks to the rain during the week. Basically very clearly stating you're for us or you're against us. This is kind of why some people don't like the BFRO, because for the very longest time they have made the claim, we are the one group, we are the one scientific group, all the others are pretenders. And that just isn't true. I mean, hell, in Massachusetts alone, you've got my affiliate group, you've got Berkshire Bigfoot and their group, there's a group in Bridgewater, and moving into Connecticut there's the Northern Milford group. That's 4 groups I'm aware of. And that's not even taking into account things like ghost hunting groups that bridge the gap into other things like Bigfoot, or individuals out looking. So the eastern newts are plentiful today too. So, you know, I get that. But then, come to find out, I guess Matt Moneymaker made a similar statement on the main BFRO group. And I guess that's the source of the turbulence. There are those who, you know, you're for us or against us. And like, well, that's why a lot of people are against you, because you're not the only show in town. That's not insulting you. That's not attacking you. That's not throwing venom at you. That is just basically saying the obvious of what is. The BFRO is not the only group out there, nor will it ever be. And there are other well-meaning good groups out there that are doing good work too. Off the top of my head, the Olympic Project is a group that's doing very good work, who I guess has picked up some of the BFRO refugees. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the BFRO sucks. Like any large organization, you kind of have to take individuals in it on that basis of individualism. Some are good, some are not, some are somewhere in the middle. And some might also argue that the leadership of the group rubs some the wrong way too, because of the attitude displayed at times. And again, opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one, and not everybody has the same one. So, you know, yes, they're there, and no, they're not the only show in town. They want you to believe they are. Well, they're wrong. But one thing at a time. All right, we're going to head up here and find our cameras. But other than that, I guess there's some special being filmed about the Whitehall area, Small Town Monsters or something like that. Other than that, not a lot really going on in the Bigfoot world this week that I'm aware of. Not that I pay religious attention to it, one. But such as it is, that's, I guess, the big thing that's going to be that is the potential. And every financial quarter or so, you have that thing that goes on in the community that is the thing that will be the source of drama for that season. And I guess these hats have the potential anyway to prove to be that. And to each their own, I guess. There was more controversy on a personal level with that, but we'll leave that for another time. Only because it doesn't deserve airtime. But two. Or at least at this point in time, it doesn't deserve airtime. Time will tell in the long run. So, as we get closer, I'm going to hone in on my cameras. We're going to take a break for a bit, unless we run into a moose or something. And I'm going to shoo these bugs away. So we'll catch up to you in a little bit. Grieved. One of them got knocked over. So, I don't know. Sorry about that. I don't know if that means they got bumped into by something. We'll have to go back and review any video, see what we got. And we'll go from there. It's a trail off the beaten path, so there's any decent chance that bear, moose, coyote, something came by. God forbid a squatch. And sorry, I'm itching from sweat. It is it's not overly hot really right now, but it is muggy as muggy can be. It's very humid in here, so you get that itch of your face dripping. And then, so again, we'll see what we get. Nothing really else going on in the Bigfoot community, so we'll just kind of observe our way out and go up towards a high meadow. Look for any activity up and behind there. Just spooked something right there. If I had to throw my suspicion behind anything, I've heard comments from Vermont. I've observed it in my own neighborhood. This is a year where chipmunks have had a very successful breeding season because they are bloody everywhere. Our neighborhood walking trail is literally infested with them. And granted, there are worse things to be infested by because they are fairly cute as small rodents go, but there's definitely not any shortage of them this year. So if you have them around your house and all that, they're probably getting into stuff. Something to be aware of. Other than that, I guess on a personal note, a former friend of mine, and I use that term with some sadness, the individual seemingly has broken contact with me on social media for reasons that only he knows. If they do watch this video and they do want to reach out and explain themselves as to why that is, or if it's a glitch on Facebook, feel free. I'm not throwing any animosity their way, but if it's fallout from the whole BFR no thing, then all I can really say is grow up. There are those out there that don't like the group. I myself am apathetic either way. There are good people in the group. Good example, Crystal Panic, very good researcher. She's a member of the group. Other folks have joined for whatever reason. Eric Altman's a good researcher. I think he's with them now, if I remember right. But he had his own group before too, so he's also proof that there is life beyond the BFRO as well. So if that really offends some people, get a thicker skin, because there are those out there who do their own thing like myself. And we don't need permission. Least of all from that moneymaker. That being said, you know, he's free to do whatever the hell he wants, but so are we. That's all I'm saying. But enough about them. For those of you curious what kind of trail cams I have, I keep them on these poles. Gives you a little more flexibility for curiosity. They're, the hell's their make? Doesn't say immediately. I got them last year. They work pretty well though. They are Chinese made, so they cost less, but they are, having been tested, they are decent in terms of short video clips. They're easy to set up, which is a big thing for me. And they also, although I haven't used it yet, they are capable with a SIM card of phoning home with activity at them. I haven't taken the time because I just haven't gotten there, but I haven't taken the time to get a SIM card and set something up in order to do that. But I also want to know that the area I leave them in has a signal, if at all possible. And up here it depends what level of elevation that you're at in order to do that. The lower areas, obviously, you don't. Higher areas, you can. So it is what it is. But we'll get home, see what we got, and hopefully we had some luck. It's kind of like fishing. You put out your lure and then you see what you get. There's an element of skill to some degree with it with fishing. I don't know if I can speak about that here, but we'll know soon enough. Switch out SD cams, SD cards at the car, redeploy them, and then see what next week brings. But it's always something to look forward to during the week too, like what I got during the weekend when I leave the cams out. I am annoyed something fell over. One of them fell over, but also curious if it had help. If something bumped it walking by, or maybe a curious bear helped it over or something. Who knows? We'll find that out. But I think we're gonna take another break. That's really all that we have at this point, unless we trip over something in here. And the undergrowth is just me walking along the path, so we're going to take a break.